Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is KicksArt here to show you guys how to draw the Vans old school step by step. As usual, we're going to start off by drawing two squares right next to each other. Then I'm going to go and divide the two squares into halves, as well as fourths on the bottom side. Afterward, I'm going to divide up that bottom right hand quadrant into halves using a vertical line, as well as adding a vertical line on that initial left box. As usual, we're going to do the outside of the shoe, starting with the outsole going around to the toe area. As I'm going around the exterior of the shoe, keep in point the guidelines that we had already placed. This is going to help you guys with the proportioning to make sure that way it looks correct. For the outsole, it's important that you base a lot of it off of that quarter horizontal line that we had already placed. Notice how on the right end, it starts above that line. Towards the middle, it dips down a little bit underneath the line, and then on the right hand side, it goes far beyond that line again. Now with the Vans old school, it has that little extra ring that extends above the outsole, so you want to make sure that you add that in as well. Afterward, we're just going to quickly add that back panel, as well as I'm going to add that line that divides the toe of the shoe to the side panels. Then I'm going to add that line that sets up the space for the eyelets, and then I'm going to work on that curvy strip that the Vans has in the center. Again, notice where the guidelines are in relation to where I put the lines. And as always, if it doesn't look right, just go over it again. You can fix these things. Then I'm going to go back and add some more details towards the upper and the sock liner. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add some of the laces in. And for the laces, I like to start off with just a basic line to make sure that they're all spaced out right. And then afterward, I'll go and I'll add some puffiness to give it some depth. And after that, you are done. Now, as usual, the rest of the video is going to be me outlining the stencil with the Micron marker, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some color on top of it. Normally I would use blacks and grays to go over the shoe, but my blacks and grays are running a little bit low and they're kind of expensive, so I don't really want to waste them too much. So I'm just going to go through with some blues and give it some color. And remember guys, the shoe that I'm going to pick for tomorrow's video is going to be based off the comments from this video. And I think that's the format I'm going to stay from here on out. It keeps it pretty easy and makes it consistent. So make sure that if there's a shoe that you want me to draw, or more particularly if there's a stencil that you would like to have on the site, comment down below, let me know what sneaker you'd like to see me draw tomorrow. And if a few people want the same shoe, then there's a good chance I'm going to pick that one. Now there is something I genuinely want to talk to you guys about. It's been on my mind. I cannot stop thinking about it. It's the Houston Rockets. Now the Houston Rockets at this point, I believe they're on a 14-game win streak. They have not lost yet when Chris Paul has been in the lineup. He was injured for a few games. And I just really want to break down the dichotomy of how the Houston Rockets are operating. So under Mike D'Antoni's system, which is offense, right? They're constantly trying to shoot the ball. They have two all-time great point guards, right? Hall of Famers, just extremely talented point guards, James Harden and Chris Paul. It makes it very difficult for the opposing team to match up, because think about it. You have 2 point guards that can run the floor. James is insane in his ability to score. I don't even know, like, he's just extremely talented. He's really good. And then Chris Paul is also a very good floor leader. So he knows what to do most of the time to get the most out of his team. So you have those two guys you have to deal with, which means if you want to match up with them, you have to, at the very least, have one all-star point guard on your team. Otherwise, if you don't really have a point guard that can match up with one of them, you're probably not going to have a chance to beat them. So this limits the amount of reasonable opponents that they'll have in the playoffs to a handful of teams. The main one being the Warriors. And this is interesting because the way that they're currently set up, it's almost like they're using a similar formula that the Warriors had 2 years ago when they had their 73-win season. So, and you know, I could go on for nauseam about this. Basketball is easily my favorite sport. I don't know, at this point, I'm rambling. There's like a lot of things I want to talk about. I think I'm going to start making these videos a bit longer, just so that way I have more time to let out all these thoughts I have in my head. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you subscribe. I upload daily videos. I have over 160 videos of sneaker drawing. So if this is your thing, I think this is the channel for you. As always, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please comment down below. Let me know what sneaker you would like to see me draw tomorrow. All right, guys. Peace.